Although the Chernobyl disaster occurred nearly 37 years ago, the approximately 30-year-long half-lives of the radioisotopes from the horrific incident still pose a threat to nearby ecosystems. Multiple studies have been conducted so far to examine the transgenerational risks of radiation exposure to humans from the Chernobyl event. For instance, a study published in 2021 examined the effects of the Chernobyl incident on children conceived after the accident and born between 1987 and 2002. Quite surprisingly, the study authors did not find an increase in new germline mutations in this population. Germline mutations are DNA modifications that children inherit from their parents' egg and sperm cells during conception. However, a second study reported an increase in DNA modifications resulting from DNA double-strand breaks in patients with human thyroid cancers who were directly exposed to the Chernobyl radiation. A scientific study, published in March 2023, compared the DNA samples of two stray dog cohorts, one staying at the Chernobyl site and one staying in its vicinity. The results, although inconclusive, revealed something interesting. The scientists noticed striking genetic differences between the two dog populations. Of course, ecosystems do not comprise only humans and animals. A study published in December 2020 shows that crops growing near the Chernobyl site are still contaminated with deadly radioisotopes. After examining wheat, rye, oats, and barley, the research team found that the concentrations of the radioactive isotopes strontium-90 and or cesium-137 were above Ukraine's official safe limits in nearly 50% of the analyzed crop samples. Yet another study shows that cow milk in certain parts of Ukraine has radioactivity levels up to 5 times over the country's official safe limit. The Ukrainian government has adopted certain safety measures in the past. However, according to a report, the government stopped adopting such measures in 2009. A simple fix involves administering a cesium binder called ferrocin to cows. A 2016 study showed that birds and rodents living in the high radioactivity areas showed higher incidences of cataract. The authors note that even airline crew members who fly very frequently show higher incidences of cataract, presumably because of the high cosmic radiation in the upper atmosphere. The study also showed that the radiation from Chernobyl decreased brain size, increased tumor formation, adversely affected fertility, and caused developmental abnormalities in birds living in the contaminated area. After the Chernobyl disaster on April 26, 1986, some of the radioactive emissions got transported all the way up to Sweden by wind. A study published in the year 2004 used statistical analysis and showed that the Chernobyl disaster caused a spike in cancer cases across Sweden. Luckily, a 2016 study that measured Chernobyl radioactivity in Burgundy truffles, mushrooms commonly cultivated in the nearby regions of Central Europe, found negligible amounts of radioactive cesium in the edible fungi. On the positive side, a 2010 study showed that soybean plants growing in the Chernobyl area naturally adapted to the contaminated soil by making certain changes in their proteome. A study published in 2021 speaks about advanced nuclear reactor designs that could improve the overall safety of next-generation reactors. Lastly, a 20-year-long study that monitored health outcomes for the 110,645 cleanup workers from Chernobyl found that these workers had an increased risk of developing leukemia or blood cancer. We conclude this video by saluting the cleanup workers who cleaned up the contaminated Chernobyl area by risking their lives.